Well, kids and technology, a topic that all parents deal with on a daily basis, and certainly these days that's the case. A lot has changed since I was a kid.
Since I was a kid.
That's true.
Yeah, things are really different these days. So what are the rules, and are there rules?
For sure, a lot has changed, but people are still people, and parents are still parents. So what we really recommend is that parents try to understand the changing environment and also understand their kids, and then set the rules that they're comfortable with. We hope that parents are taking advantage of opportunities to manage the content that's coming into their home, and also being aware of how much time is being spent online, so that they can create the moments in their own home that they want, and so that their children can develop and learn the way that they need to.
This is the number one question a lot of parents ask is, how much time should my child spend in front of the TV or on a laptop or on an iPad? What's the answer?
The answer is, how much time do you want them to be spending off of those things? When you look at your child, you think, well, how much time do I want them to be on ballet practice, or practicing their instrument, or interacting with other people? Make sure that the time that they're spending online is not preventing them from doing those other really critical growth activities that we want all children to have. We also know that for very young children, those under 2, their development really requires them to be interacting with humans, talking with them, picking up extra words, manipulating their environment. And so really, kids under 2 shouldn't be online at all.
And also it depends, the older the kids, obviously 2 and up, what they're doing online, if they're learning something versus if they're just watching something recreationally. You recommend that the home should have technology-free zones and that the parents should lead by example.
Because we know that parents want to be able to instill rules and habits that are good for children. We know that they need to be modeling that kind of behavior for kids. So maybe you don't want to have technology at the dinner table. Maybe you want to have times of day, we all need a bedtime, when we don't use technology, so that we can get the sleep, be energized and ready for the next day.
And here's one question that I'm starting to get asked by my 4.5-year-old. And I feel as though many parents probably are in the same boat, because again, times have changed. What is an appropriate age for your child to get a cell phone?
That is going to be dependent on every family's situation. And really, I think the parent and the child need to understand each other. Why does the child need their phone? What activities are they going to be doing? And also, does the parent need the child to have a phone? Do they need to be able to get in touch with them at certain times of day, or want them to be able to call their grandparent when they're not around? It's going to be important to understand what they're going to do with it, and are they ready for that responsibility?
So each situation is different, just like every family is different.
That's correct.
An option when it comes to managing screen time for your family is an app like Circle. Anne says that Circle can be the bad guy when the parent doesn't want to be. So, you know, like enforcing time limits or ensuring your child doesn't have access to content they shouldn't have access to. And you can test it out. There's a free trial, and see if you like it.
Have you thought about that?
Which part? The cell phone part?
Yeah.
I honestly hadn't until she started asking for it, which just blows my mind because she's not even 5 yet. But, you know, like she said, it kind of does depend on each family. If your kid goes to daycare and they're a little bit older, maybe you do want them to have access and a way to connect with you. I don't know. It's different. Like, I didn't get a cell phone until I started to drive. Yeah. So what about you?
There were no cell phones.
When did you get your first cell phone? When did you get your first cell phone?
I was well into adulthood. When they were invented.
What about a pager? A pager.
I had a pager, I think, when I worked in Sacramento.
Do you remember those?
That was the first time.
Oh my gosh, the pager.